Gameoverse episode 103 for Saturday, May 7, 2022. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick, or Ricky, or Rich, or Ricardo. I know most people have like 12 different names, like pets.
This is Rich. Right, this is Rick right here. Those of you who don't know, tell me about the weird one here. I was talking to Wasabi earlier about our dog. His name Coco, and I mentioned how our dog has like a bunch of different names. Like, I'll call her Coco, Coco Rama, Coco Mama. My wife will call her like Rama, Romcom, and I feel like he's kind of shaming me a little bit. Like it's weird, but I know a lot of people who do it. So if you got pets, tell us in the comments, like, what's your pet's name and what's like all the other names you call them. Because I feel like I'm not the only one. I met a lot of people who do this, so.
I don't do that. Just one name and that's it. Maybe shorten it. I would never make a name longer. How about that? If I do have different names, it's shorter than the given name. The name on the birth certificate.
My wife, she likes to give our pets like these long ass names, so every like little nickname we give them is like shorter than like their actual name. Like Coco's full name is like Coco Chantel Marie.
Nice. Oh,
And that's like on her certificate. That's like on all her like legal paperwork.
sounds like royalty.
Yeah, Pumpkin. Her full name was like Pumpkin Princess Diana Pie.
Oh, that one is royalty.
Spooky.
Okay.
Yeah, Spooky. Her full name is like Spookella Buella DeVille.
Okay, that was pretty
My
good.
wife came up with all of these. My wife came up with all of these. I came up with like the first part. I was like, oh, let's name our cat Spooky, and she came up with the rest of it. But, like all of them, like all of their paperwork, like when you go to the vet, the vet calls them in. They call in like Pumpkin Princess Diana Pie.
Do they say
It's
the
like really
full?
funny. Yeah, they do.
That is funny.
I'm not there for like every pet visit, but the times I've gone, like they've said it. My wife tells me they say the full name every time.
Okay, yeah, I would do that. That's something I would do. That's to troll people.
But yeah, so like every like little nickname we give all of our pets are like already shorter than like their birth names. But yeah, anyone who's like hearing this in the comments, like leave a comment. Tell me I'm not crazy.
What's the craziest pet you've ever had? You ever had any like weird, like exotic pets? Not exotic, but you ever had like a pet like anaconda or something?
Nah, I'm pretty like vanilla with my pets, man.
Uh,
Um, Never had anything weirder than like a cat or a dog. I had a stepmom. She told me that when she was
as a
younger,
pet?
she had a she had a pet lemur.
Okay. Oh, where do you get
I asked her
those?
about it. I don't fucking know. I didn't ask her that. I was like, she said she was in Florida, so Florida like kind of lets you do whatever the fuck you want with animals, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah they do.
She would tell me she would like walk it. She would like walk it on like a harness. She would get like a cat harness for it, and it would fit it. And she would walk it on a leash, and it would like walk next to her and would climb up trees and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a different
So I
time
guess
back
that's
then.
cool. Yeah. Because it's a thing. I gotta look it up. You can still like get a lemur in Florida, probably. No, I'm gonna Google it right now. What's the legality of owning a lemur?
I'm not sure what a lemur
Um,
looks like. Do those things like do they stand upright?
I think they stand upright and they run on all fours. You ever seen Zaboomafoo when you were a kid?
I'm sorry, what?
You've never watched Zaboomafoo? Are you
Zaboomafoo?
serious? Yeah,
What?
Zaboomafoo is on PBS.
No, I no.
God, you ever watch like Madagascar, the cartoon?
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, you know those like little like fuzzy monkey things. I like to move it. They sing that I like to move it
Yeah,
song. Yeah,
yeah.
those are lemurs. Those are lemurs.
Okay, okay.
You never seen Zaboomafoo? Fucking. One name having ass pets. Never seen
That sounds like
Sabumafu.
that sounds like a foreign. That sounds like an Australian kids cartoon.
No, it was an American cartoon. It was not even a
Okay,
cartoon. It's like a live action with like some cartoon stuff in it.
what would they
I
do?
cannot. They would talk about animals. It was like an animal show.
Oh, okay.
Really? I'm gonna put it in the stream chat, like Google. Like you've never seen Zaboomafoo, really?
So, look at this link. Okay.
So the Google link, yeah. Never seen Zaboomafoo, really?
Uh. Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. I think I've. All right. I've never seen the show, but the character is familiar.
Yeah, that's Zabu. That's he's a lemur. That's
Okay.
what a lemur is.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. I thought lemurs were like what's the meerkat? I thought lemur was like a meerkat.
No,
These are
they're
like
like closer to monkeys, I
yeah, they
think.
are definitely monkeys. Yeah. Or at least in that
It's
in
some
that
sort. It's a primate. It's a type of primate.
yeah. Interesting. Zaboomafoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if we got that channel as a kid.
PBS. You didn't have PBS as a kid?
Hey man, we didn't have shit.
PBS is a local. It stands for Public Broadcasting System. Did you watch Sesame Street as a kid? It's on the same channel as Sesame Street.
We had we had channel 3 and like that was it. We had the
All right.
we had the NES that had the you had to like screw in the fucking the coax.
Yeah, so did
Remember
I.
that?
And when
Okay.
I was done playing my NES, I would tune in to PBS and I would wait till Sesame Street was over so I could watch the Boomafoo.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember like my
Maybe
grandma
Between the Lions, another one I would watch when I was a kid.
my grandma would watch her stories and that was
Ah,
and
okay.
then yeah. I remember, yeah.
Jesus. Well, anyway, that's a lemur. We are a video game podcast, everybody. I swear.
Yeah.
You're coming at the ass end of like another conversation from earlier. But yeah, tell me in the notes, like if you guys have pets, what's your pet's name and like what are like the other names you call it? Um, so let's start where we always start. Let's tell the people what you've been playing.
um there's gonna be a
I
short
say
one for
that
me.
20 minutes after us into going 20 minutes after we went live, we're talking about video games.
No, we talked about very important things right there.
Yeah, we did.
That was an important thing to cover. People need to
Yeah,
know.
that's good ass fried chicken. Oh, well, I don't think we were live when I was talking about the fried chicken,
Oh yeah.
but oh well.
No, they can go through the archive for that.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, video games. Tunic continues
Yes,
to amaze me. So
that's good.
I'm not gonna talk about it really. I'm just gonna say that if you haven't played Tunic yet, you're fucking up. It's on Game Pass, and it's incredible. So there's that. I found a new idle game. It's not new actually. From what I understand, it's been around for a couple years, but it's called Trimps. It's called Trimps.
Shrimps,
Trimps.
shrimps, shrimps with a
Trimps.
T. Like, why are you
Trimps.
pronouncing it like that?
Because I feel
Are
like
you
that's how you
saying
have to say
shrimps with
it.
an SH or like shrimps with a T?
Nah, Trimps with a T. Uh, it's on
T like
Steam.
tango.
Tango, Romeo, India, P. I forgot what P was, but
Papa?
Papa, Papa, Sierra, Trimps.
Okay. Where's the M?
Uh,
Is there an M in there?
there's an M somewhere. There's a mic in there somewhere. Yeah, you're right. I'm not good at spell, okay?
I know a word's good.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
so what is it? It's a clicker? An idle
No, you don't
game?
click. You don't click. You're just idle. I mean, there are things to click on, but you don't click. You idle.
You're like really excited for this.
I well, because when I find a new one of these, it's exciting because there's not a lot of good ones. And what sucks is that all the good ones are on like PC. So you like can't play them where you want to play them, which is your phone, because you have your phone with
Yeah.
you at all times. This one just hit Steam, but from what I understand, it's been around for a couple years. But it just hit Steam and it's free on Steam. So not much to talk about.
Grimps is a text-based incremental idle game with a ridiculous amount of unique content. Automate old stuff as you unlock new stuff to keep things interesting for hours and hours. No spam clicking necessary.
Yeah, yeah,
Grimps is everything you love about your favorite games distilled into their purest form.
yeah,
Pure, unadulterated video game shot right into your veins.
yeah. Exactly.
That
Couldn't
last one was for me.
couldn't have said it better myself. Actually, uh it's a good idle game. So that's all there is to say about that.
I'm like looking at screens here and I'm like, there's like
Yeah.
nouns and like verbs and stuff that like
There's a combat area where all of the creatures are just animals with imp added to the end. So you'll fight like elephimps and chimps and gorillimps, and it's a lot of fun.
God.
It's a lot of fun. So check that out if you like idle games, because it's yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, that's all I got.
Checking this out.
It's free.
This is
It's
a
free to
trip.
play.
You have 44 hours on this game,
Yeah, well, it's
according to
44
Steam.
idle hours. It's just the game
Yeah.
running. Uses a lot of CPU, by the way.
Really?
PC breathing real hard running that shit. But it's not unique to that game. It's like I've noticed other idle games really tax the CPU. I guess there's just there's a shitload of calculations happening in the background to just keep them shits running. It's
Maybe. That's
interesting.
fucking weird.
It's interesting. There's like performance options to like lower the CPU usage. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah.
I don't really play too many like idle games on my PC. It's most like a mobile thing.
Yeah.
I'm like looking up trims. It's not on mobile like at all. At least not on iPhone.
It's not on Android. It's not on mobile, which sucks.
Like
Maybe they'll get there.
I type in Trimps on like the App Store and I'm getting a bunch of Trump stuff. Apparently there's a lot of like Trump games and Trump trackers.
Trump tracker? What is that?
And it looks like a tracker to tell you where Trump is.
We need
Keep
to
in
know.
touch with them 24/7. See all like it's got a catalog of like all his like press releases and like tweets.
It's important. It's important to know.
There's a Trump Empire Idol game where he's like looks like he's fighting an alien, he's escaping from prison. God, there's some weird shit on here, dude. Trump games are weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Trimps, that's Trimps, everybody.
Trimps. Yeah, trimps. You gotta say it like that though. Trimps.
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 Is that how the devs say it, or is that just you're just putting your own spin on it?
Well, it's one of those words where you don't really. It's like an old Final Fantasy game where no one says any of the words, so you kind of gotta you mispronounce everything, and that's just how I feel like it's pronounced. If someone did say it, they would say it like that, like trimps. So yeah, get that on Steam. It's free, so
Check it
it's
out.
good. Oh, I've been playing Path of Exile with the
Oh yeah,
controller. Yeah,
good.
it's good. My problem with Path of Exile that I have to just stop doing is every time they put out a new season, which happens I think like every 2 months they put out a new season. I delete my old character and then start new, but I never fucking like finish there's a campaign that you can finish and I've never finished it. So they've announced the new season. It's coming like within like a week or two. I have to not delete my character for the because you have to start new to do the new season. And I just have to not delete my. I just have to keep going on the old shit. So that's my Path of Exile minute.
That's at least with like Diablo, like you just hop into the season stuff like immediately. I mean, I can make a new character for the season, but I have to like start over.
You don't have
Like
to.
you have to play the whole campaign again before you get the season stuff, or
No. You can start. You have to start a new character for the new season.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
what I've been doing is I've been deleting my old character even though I haven't finished the campaign on it. Because
Oh, that's unnecessary.
you
Yeah.
can keep going. It just moves you to the normal league, the normal stuff. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's just unnecessary. Diablo, like when you start up a season character, it's a new character. You can jump into the season content right then and there. Any modifiers the season has, you can jump into then and there. But when the season's over, it deletes your character and sends your main character, like your main ongoing account, all the items and stuff you accumulated. Like all the items and stuff you accumulated, just it saves it to your main character.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But no, so Path of Exile, Tramps, and Tunic. Anything else?
That's it. That's it.
So I haven't been playing a lot lately either. But what I did do, I just did this the other day. I couldn't find a charger for my Vita, and I've been getting this hankering to play some Vita games, right?
Wow.
So I bought a new one on Amazon, charged up my Vita. Ended up not playing any Vita games. All the games I've been playing have been like PSP, like games I got digitally, or like PS1 games I got digitally. Like I'm playing Symphony of the Night right now from
Nice.
the not the original PS1 release, it's from the Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles port. So it doesn't have all like the wacky like meme voice acting that people like.
Wait, it doesn't?
No, it doesn't. This is the when they ported it to the Dracula X Chronicles port, they did all the dialogue over again.
Wow. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Fun fact, the Symphony of the Night, like they did that like Castlevania like HD collection with the Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. That Symphony of the Night version is using the audio from the PSP game. So a lot of people are like pissed off they don't have like that meme audio anymore.
Uh, is it like good now?
It's
In
good,
that?
yeah. Yuri
Okay.
Lowenthal is playing is playing Alucard.
Oh,
Yeah. I guess they
Aaron
got like
Yeager.
some voice actors, yeah. They got some like voice actors, dude. And this came out like 2006, I think. So, so yeah,
Interesting.
I've been playing that. I'm
Did
playing
they wait?
Dino Crisis 2 still.
Is there
Still a
anything
solid
else?
game.
Is there anything? I want to go back to this Castlevania real quick. Did they?
Nothing new content wise. They just redid the voice acting, which is fucking dumb
That's
because
it.
like yeah, which is fucking dumb because the Sega Genesis version had all this like extra content that hasn't been released on like anything else yet except for the Sega Genesis release.
For
And this would have been a great chance to like put it in there, but I guess they didn't do it.
Rondo. I was
But Rondo
thinking.
of Blood though, like that's so Rondo of Blood never came out in the US. And this Rondo of Blood, what's the exact fucking name for it? Hold on, let me pull it up. I can't remember the exact name for this like game. It is Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. And that carries an 3D remake of Rondo of Blood. And by 3D I mean like 2.5D, so it's like got 3D graphics, but still the same
Yeah.
2D game. And that's what it was marketed with. But you could actually unlock the original Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. And Symphony of the Night got like totally new like voice acting. But it's really dumb though, because it doesn't have a lot of the same content. Like the Sega Saturn version of Symphony of the Night got like a whole other new area you could explore, and this version doesn't have that. But it does have Maria Renard as a playable character and as a boss with content that was taken from the 360 version of it. So it's really weird. It's a really weird amalgamation of it. And that's the one that we're seeing in like the HD collection or whatever
Yeah.
that came out a couple years back. Like it was straight up lifted from like that port of the game.
Interesting.
Yeah, super weird. Like very niche game, and like the only way to like get it is on PSP. So I'm glad like my Vita still works. I can play it. That's what I've been playing. I'm playing that right now, and that's a lot of fun.
Did you hack your Vita?
Nah.
Do you know there's a you can do that, right?
Well, I
Easily.
figured.
Oh, well, no, it's like super easy. People are hacking their Vita and they're putting like PS2 games on it, and like they're like porting other shit to it like natively.
That'd
So
be a
like
cool project to work on.
yeah,
Like, that'd be a cool little project to work on. I might buy another Vita just to do that with then. 'Cause I don't want to fuck this Vita up.
it's
Because I don't know
pretty.
if I could like I fuck something up, but I want to like risk like not being able to like re-download like any of this stuff.
I don't know. That's the beauty of it is you can download. You can download
Yeah, pretty
shit
much
like
whatever I want. Yeah, you're right.
well, it lets you like download it straight from their like Sony servers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's when I.
I don't.
That's in like an old thing though. When I had my Vita, you could like just straight up just download everything from whatever their servers had.
Okay, I'll check it out then. I might buy another Vita to do that with. I've been thinking of like doing like buying another Vita just like hack. That would be
Yeah,
cool to play with. That'd be really cool to play with. I've thought about doing it for a while, and with this Vita, especially now, like I don't condone piracy normally, but now, especially with like PlayStation doing what they're doing to like kind of shit all over video game preservation.
they don't give a fuck about
Like,
Vita. Vita to them, Vita doesn't exist.
yeah, that's true.
Better get that shit now before they totally remove it from their servers. Like, try to forget all about the
Yeah,
Vita.
yeah, that's true. That might not be a bad idea. I'll look into it. I'll get like a Vita just to do it. I'll do it with this one. I've been playing that. I have this bad habit when I get an RPG. I like fucking invest a lot of time into it. I fall in love with it. It becomes like my obsession for like a month, 2 months. And then I burn myself out of it from overplaying it. And I stop playing it for like a year. And I go back to it later. Sometimes I have to start over. But I did that with Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm playing that again. Luckily, I'm like far enough into it. I remember enough that I don't have to start over. So I'm actually gonna finish it now, and that's been going great. Game's still good, still worth it. If you have a Switch, get
Nice.
Shin Megami Tensei 5. And as like an impulse buy for May 4th, I bought Force Unleashed Remastered on Switch,
Nice.
which those of you who don't know is a HD remaster of the Star Wars Force Unleashed game, but not the original that came out on like PS3, 360, and PC. This is like a port of the PS2 Wii version of the game, which is totally different. I found out, and that's one of the reasons I bought it because like I never played that version. I own it on PC. I own the PC version, which is like a port of like the PS3, 360 version, but I've never played the PS2 Wii version. And everyone told me like, oh, it's better, even though graphically it's not better. It plays better than the one everyone knows.
Does it use
And
motion controls?
it does. I don't play with that though. but it does use motion controls. I haven't tried them yet. I'll have to give it a try. Get some feedback on it. The game's okay, honestly. It's like it's all right. I haven't played the original game in a long time, so I can't compare it to like the version I played. I'm actually thinking of like downloading it on PC so I can give it a try. So I can compare like, the big one that they worked on, with all the fancy next generation graphics and um and particle effects and compare it to like this one that I never played before. It's like it's all right. Like there've been better action games on the PS2, so this is okay to play. The audio mixing is like super weird. I feel like stuff is louder than it needs to be, but some stuff isn't as loud as it could be. So like it has like all these quick time events, kind of like God of War with like its finishers. So I'm doing stuff like I'm picking people up, I'm sliding them into the floor, but it doesn't have like that impact, like crashing sound that I expect it to have. I don't know if it's an audio issue with my Switch, the Switch port, or if the original game's always been like that, but it sounds really like off. Like it's not as satisfying and punchy as I want those finishers to be. I think I'm gonna look up like a playthrough of the original Wii version and see if like those audio issues are there, because it might just be a problem with like the Switch port. But
I
that's
remember
like one big concern I have with it.
audio balance was a big issue back in the 360, PS2, GameCube days.
Well, it might
But
just
it's
be a
like,
problem with the original port then.
yeah, in general, I remember playing, well, mostly in RPGs and shit, like JRPGs, where they'd be talking, but like the music would be so loud, they'd be like, "What the fuck are they saying?" Like you can't hear shit. I remember that being like an issue in a lot of games, and then you wouldn't be able to like change the audio because there were no like
Yeah, that's
separate
the issue I'm
audio
having with
sliders.
this one. Like, but
Yeah,
it's even weirder because like I'll hear them like talking and he's like yelling and it comes in like all quiet.
yeah.
But when he's like grunting, it's like loud as fuck when he's like grunting.
It
So
could
he'll like
also
grunt,
be,
he'll be like, "Argh," and he'll like throw someone, and they'll fly across the screen. And you hear like a when he hits the wall. It's fucking weird. It's so weird. His like the grunting is loud as like the lightning effects. It's really really weird.
it could
I have
also
to like
be, it.
yeah.
So I remember in PS3 days, if you had like they had like the surround sound options, and it was like
Keep
set
in
it.
mind though, this is the PS2 port, the PS2 Wii port that I'm playing.
Yeah,
So
sometimes
it
it it,
might
it, it might
yeah.
like have settings like that though, where it'd be like 5.1, even though you don't have. It'll try like sending audio to channels that you don't have, so they either come in low or it's not at all.
That's what I thought it could have been, but it's weird because when I play on my Switch, like I play like natively, like off the dock, there's no options to change the audio settings. Like the sound option is like grayed out. I can't select it. But when it's plugged into my TV, it is an option to change. But all it does is let me change like the audio mixing for like the sound effects, dialogue, and music. It doesn't actually let me change the channel output.
Huh.
And I did tweak it to see if like that would fix it. It still sounds really off. I think like just the audio itself is just balanced really weird. Cause like he'll like I'll do these finishers, these God of War style finishers, quick time events and everything. And he's like grunting and like yelling, and that comes in fine, but then he drops a building on someone, and it's like it sounds like sand falling. It's like very weird. Audio choice that they picked for it, or if it's like quiet, or maybe it's just an issue with that port. I think I'm gonna have to like do three different like comparisons here because I gotta compare that to like original hardware. So I think I'm gonna watch like an original playthrough of it with original hardware to see if there's any audio issues that I can pick up on. And then I gotta download the PC version that I have on Steam because that's like a port of the PS3 360 version. See how that's different. Already, like there's some story stuff that's like a little different what I played before. So I can see the differences already. All in all, like it's okay for $20. It's not bad, but honestly, for around the same price, if you got a PC, you can get Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition on PC, HD console version of it. That plays fine, honestly. For what I remember, I haven't played it in years, so I'll have to check that out. But that's all I've been playing, so not a lot for me. Kingdom Hearts still sucks. I don't care. I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
that out there. I gotta bitch about Kingdom Hearts again. My opinion on it's still the same. I was talking to my brother about it. My brother and I were bitching about Kingdom Hearts 3 for like an hour yesterday. That's why I'm bringing it up. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about in terms of games. I haven't been playing too much. The most interesting thing was like getting my Vita working again. Um, as we want some news though, Embracer Group entered an agreement to acquire Eidos, Crystal Dynamics, and Square Enix Montreal, amongst a bunch of other games and assets. Those of you who don't know, that would mean that Embracer is taking possession of a ton of IPs, including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and more than 50 other backlog catalog games from Square Enix Holdings. It also includes 1,100-ish employees across 3 studios, 8 global locations. You'd think this was like a huge deal, but $300 million,
Yeah.
which honestly sounds kind of low for what they're getting here.
It's low, but also you gotta think about what position Square had these guys in, considering whenever they all their like past failings, like they blamed all these studios on their like not sales expectations being where they wanted them to be. Like they would blame all their like their overseas studios. Like, yeah, you know that Marvel game, that Avengers game didn't do too hot. You know, that's Crystal Dynamics' fault. They fucked up, didn't they? So
But Tomb Raider alone, like I would have expected $300 million to go alone for Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's pretty
Is
huge.
that yeah, that's pretty successful, right? Like it got a that specific Tomb Raider reboot has gotten a ton of sales, console exclusivity, and a fucking movie.
That's probably their biggest one. That's probably where the
Yeah,
like I would
it
say
sounds like
Crystal
yeah, it
Dynamics and
sounds like
Tomb
they
Raider.
bought yeah, it sounds like they bought Tomb Raider and the rest of the stuff came in for free.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of what it sounds like. Racer Group is a parent company to like THQ Nordic, Coach Media, Coffee Stain, and Dark Horse of all things. So, you know, there could be some shit coming out of this. I mean, THQ Nordic, Embracer bought THQ Nordic and they brought back Darksiders.
Yeah.
So it's not outside the realm of possibility we'll get like a new Legacy of Kain. That'd be cool to see.
Or a Deus Ex or a
Or
Thief,
Deus Ex. Yeah. Square Enix is still going to take possession of Just Cause, Outriders, and Life is Strange.
which is
I totally
just
forgot Outriders was Square Enix, honestly.
I mean, they good luck to them on Outriders. I'm curious to see curious to see what they do with that, if anything. But yeah, they should have
The
just
new expansion for Outriders is supposed to be getting pretty good reviews, so is it going to dethrone the service like shooters? Probably not, but it's getting attention, which is more than the fucking Avengers game got. um, I mean, we'll see what happens with this, man. It'd be cool to see like Legacy of Kane come back. That was a weird sentence to say. Um, it would be cool to see Legacy of Kane get a new installment. I wonder what else is in this like backlog of 50 something games that they got. I can't think of like any other like franchises they would be
uh
giving up.
the Quiet Man.
Quiet Man, yeah.
Uh,
Hitman Square Enix too, right?
no, that's IO is independent now, so IO owns that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I am curious as to what's in the back catalog. That's the that's the more interesting shit. But
I would love to see some cool shit here. I mean, we'll see what they, to see what they do. I like to see a new Thief game. That'd be cool to see. A new Deus Ex game. I heard the last Deus Ex was like really, really good despite like the shitty sales.
yeah, I played a little bit of it. It was okay. Mankind Divided.
Yeah. Augment
Yeah,
your pre-order. Remember that
yeah.
bullshit? Oh
Uh,
man. Well, we'll see what happens with it. I would like to
there's
see a new Legacy of Kain. Or at least like an H. What they should do is fucking remake the Legacy of Kain games. Like that'd be
I
cool to see.
I've never played Legacy of Kain, so
I played um Soul Reaver was the first Legacy of Kain game I played. I played the first Soul Reaver. Never finished Soul Reaver 1 or Soul Reaver 2. Never played any of the other Kain games. And then jumped straight into Defiance. I had no fucking clue what was going on. Because that is like canonically the last game in the series. So I have no idea what's happening with that. So it'd be cool to see like an HD remake of like the Legacy of Kain storyline. But we'll see. We'll see. Now if they have it, it's gonna be some time before we see anything come out of this. But I would like to see what they do with it.
yeah, they're saying this is supposed to finalize between July and September this year, so it'll be a pretty quick turnaround on this deal, but okay.
And it sounds like Sony's trying to get rid, or Sony Square Enix is trying to get rid of it. So
I mean, I think
I
they
heard
need
about the
to.
story before, like you told me about it, and I heard that they were selling these assets off to like invest in the blockchain, but I don't see anything
NFTs.
about that on that article.
Well, this is Embracer's press release, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're not gonna really talk about what Square is gonna be doing, but Square, their guys have already come out and was like they're going all in on NFTs, I guess. So they're very much.
Which that market is like crashing right now. It's having a huge crash right now. It just got
No,
announced like the other day.
buy the dip, buy the dip.
It's funny to me. Like all like something like 90% of NFTs are sold between like the same 2% of buyers. It's literally just the same like couple hundred dudes like selling stuff between each other.
Yeah. Well, you know what they do is they list it at a price and then they buy it from themselves to
Yeah,
like artificially, uh,
like the value. Yeah,
yeah. So people will see like, oh shit, it sold for $1 billion, and then people will be like, oh shit, and then they'll try to flip it again for real, but no one bites, and they're like, oh shit.
yeah, yeah. So that's funny. That's funny that like Square Enix is all in on this and it's like crashing.
Yeah.
But yeah, more power to Embracer though. Let's see what they do with these IPs. They'll give us some more love than Square Enix ever did.
And I'm curious to see
Uh,
where Square goes since
yeah,
they only have their own studios to focus on and their own like IPs and shit. They've got like much less shit to bring them down. Like I feel like now we should expect more from them considering they've just got less.
like less IPs to juggle. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that.
yeah. But they've got a
Yeah, I
game
can see
coming
that.
out. They've got a game coming out. We'll talk about it in the bottom here,
Yeah.
but they got something coming out that seems interesting. Uh,
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
And coming soon to Game Pass because we can't have a show without talking about Game Pass.
yeah,
We got Loot River available now, which I've wanted
yes,
to try for a while. Trek
Yes.
to Yomi, also available now, which I want to try for a while.
Yes.
Citizen Sleeper, which I've never heard of, is available now. All three games available on cloud console and PC.
Citizen
And later
Sleeper.
releases. Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit last week because it was like a new release. People were pretty. There's a lot of buzz surrounding this game, just in terms of like the story and shit
Oh yeah?
like that. Yeah. Well, it's like a. It's that. It was. What was it? They call it a dice a dice game.
Oh yeah,
It's
like
a it's a D&D but cyberpunk
yeah.
tabletop
Yeah, I've
RPG.
seen this. Like a tabletop RPG on like compute on console or on a
Yeah.
yeah, I know. Yeah, we did talk about this a little bit. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Which could be interesting. That's good. That's a good Game Pass release. Cause it's
Yeah.
like it's just weird enough that I wouldn't go out and buy it, but I would try it.
Yeah.
So that's a good Game Pass release. Those are all available now for you guys to check out if you have Game Pass, cloud console, and PC. Which again, I say this every time we talk about Game Pass. You should have Game Pass. It's
Yep.
such a great deal. Like,
Yep.
just get it. And on May 10th, we got Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair Anniversary Edition. Annoying fucking name. Coming out cloud console and PC. Eiyuden Chronicles Rising is dropping on May 10th for cloud console PC. I've actually heard of that game for a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of the RPG YouTubers I follow are talking about it. It's supposed to be like a like a turn-based RPG set to like inspired by I think Seiken Densetsu
Okay.
or not Suikoden, I think.
Okay. Never played that one, but it says here this game is
So
kickstarted.
yeah, so this is like a spin-off. So Eiyuden Chronicle, God, it's a fucking mess. Eiyuden Chronicle is a spiritual successor to Suikoden, and this game is like a spin-off of that was announced. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is like a prequel spin-off to it. It's really weird. It's really weird. Pro Jared did like a video talking about it. That's where I first heard about it, like last year. Yeah, this is supposed to be like connected to that project, which could be cool. I never played Suikoden, so if this is something connected to it, give me a chance to
Yeah.
try it in a modern setting. You hear me?
Yeah. I
Okay.
thought.
All right. I thought like my shit was like getting slow, so I was like, did I just get like dropped?
Oh.
I got
Oh, you're
freaked
good.
out. All right. Well, yeah. So that's Eden Chronicles. I've actually wanted. I've heard about that game forever, so I want to try it. Even though this is like spin-off attached to it, I still want to try it. This War of Mine Final Cut is releasing cloud console PC May 10th, so that'd be cool to check out. I still haven't played this War of Mine yet, and I've heard good things about it. Have you played it yet?
I have when it first came out. I played it for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Did you like it?
It's it's not my kind of game, but it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'll check it out for sure. And they got Me Too that's dropping on May 12th for console. So that's cool. That's gonna
They
be it for yeah.
they're noting here that the Stellaris 3 Dick update is
What?
available. Uh,
Can you run that by me again?
the Dick update. It's named after the renowned sci-fi author Philip K. Dick. They had a new Dick system or the Intel system.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I thought you were fucking with me. I
No,
was like,
it's
"What is this?" I'm
no, it's
googling it.
real.
Oh, there it is, a dick patch.
Yeah, the dick patch. So
That is great. That name was on purpose. I've never played Stellaris. I've heard like a lot about it. Is it kind of like Star Citizen?
no, I think it's like uh I think it's like FTL but more graphic. Not graphic in
Oh,
terms of
okay.
violence, but graphic in terms of visuals. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I think it's that. I think it's like that. It's like a management like space game. I think like an FTL,
Yeah.
just more graphics. I think I don't fucking know, man. Don't ask me.
Which
Or it's like a 4X. I don't know. Okay.
all right, all right, all right. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's a thing, I guess. So that's something to talk about. You're playing Stellaris. And some other quickie news. We got an update on the development of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. Yeah, that's still happening. It was supposed to launch January of last year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I forgot this like existed, if I'm being totally honest.
What they're saying that they've removed it from the Indian developers, their Indian studios, and they're giving it to like their main Montreal studio, which I guess is a good thing because their studios in India have not really been they've not done anything significant. They've not really put out any major titles at all. They're
Yeah.
like mostly those studios are mostly like QA studios. Like they would send them just for like testing purposes mostly, or they'd work on like little parts of stuff here and there, but they're mostly like a QA studio. Uh,
I know, like, God damn it. Sorry. I know Prince of Persia isn't like the big name now it used to be, but
yeah,
it's still a pretty well known game. Like, why didn't they just start with, their A team here?
yeah, or even like a B team. Their India
Yeah.
studio is more like they've never worked on anything in full on their own.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing is giving it to them to begin with. Now, to be fair, they seemed pretty excited to work. I'm sure a lot of those guys are bummed out that they don't really get to show their stuff, but I don't know if they just didn't really get the budget they needed or get the time they needed. Because I don't know, I'm pretty confident that they could have done what they showed before, like in the trailer that they released, the announcement trailer was
Yeah, a
like
lot of people were shitting on it, but I thought it looked fine.
yeah, I know it looks
Like,
fine. They tried. It looked like they were trying to adhere to the previous look, but I guess when you call
yeah,
the game a remake, people are expecting, you know, they're
like
expecting
Resident Evil
like
2 remake, like what
yeah,
that did.
or like
Yeah.
Demon Souls remake. So from that perspective, I can see why people were bummed out about how it looked. But so I'm curious to see where Montreal is going to take this. Like, are they just going to
Yeah, same.
completely just revamp everything, or are they going to take the work that's already been done and just finish it?
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see what happens with it. Funny enough, like I have some history with the Prince of Persia series. Like when I was in high school, I was into them. I dated this girl that was like super into them, and she loaned me her copies of the game. The only one she didn't have was the first one, so that's the only one I never played. But she like filled me in on what happened. It would be cool to play that. I would like to play this game because I never got a chance to play it back in the day. And I would love to see them eventually get to like Warrior Within and Two Thrones.
Yeah.
That's the name of the third one. I can't remember. The point is, I would love to see them like just do the whole trilogy. Yeah, I'd love to see them just do the whole trilogy, but we'll see when that happens. If it happens, depends on how well this does. It does suck that like Ubisoft Mumbai is like kind of being pulled away from it, but I mean, if they weren't able to deliver, it sucks. They weren't able to do it, and hopefully, like Montreal can bring it home. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. And some other quickies. You can play Fortnite on iOS, iPad OS, Android phones and tablets, Windows PC, and Xbox. Cloud gaming for free. I
Yeah.
thought it was always a free to play game though. What's going on?
It's a free
How
to
is this
play
there?
game, but the streaming, their cloud gaming
I cannot hear a
service.
word you're saying. What's going on here?
Hello,
Oh,
hello,
my fucking
hello.
headset died. That's why. Fucking keep talking.
Okay, well, stop talking. um, yeah, they're so the game is free, but it's on their streaming service, which is traditionally not free. You have to subscribe to the service to play the games on it. But I guess they're making an exception for Fortnite and hopefully other free to play games that you can just log in and just play it and just play, which is pretty fucking huge considering that the game's not available at all on iOS, and it is available on Android, but you have to like jump through some hoops to get it. And it's like available on console, but I think the biggest thing is like in some regions it's very difficult to get a console for like a reasonable price, even like previous gen consoles. Brazil comes up a lot because it's just super expensive to get any console in Brazil because of just import taxes or import fees and shit like that. To where it's easier to stream shit because their internet is like subsidized by the government, so it's like cheaper to stream than it is to actually just buy a console. Quality of the internet, I'm not sure. If you're streaming shit, you at least want good internet, not some like McDonald's Wi-Fi. So,
All right, I'm
but
back. Sorry, minor technical hiccup. My headset like battery died, which I thought it had more battery than I expected. It usually gives me some warming beeps before it just completely dies on me.
wow,
So that's a thing, yeah. the
you got some fucking
bat,
Turtle
the
Beach.
bat. No, I got these like Razer wireless headphones that are
Oh,
nice.
well, there's your
I
problem.
forget to charge them. Forget to charge them. They're nice headphones. I love them, but I forget to charge them.
All right.
Yeah, it's a me problem, and they usually give me like I said, they usually give me beeps when it's dying.
Beeps.
This time it didn't. Yeah, it'll like beep, like let me know like, hey, I'm dying.
Get the beeps, man. The beeps. It's
Yeah, I
important.
got one beep, and I was like, cool. I still got a couple. I think I can finish off the show. I got one beep, and it was like, nope, it's just dead. That was the I'm dead beep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's like
Fortnite.
a thing.
Fortnite. So yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty big news. Pretty good news.
I
Mostly
didn't hear Eddie.
it's mostly big news outside of the US, in regions where like they're saying this is available in 26 countries. And um I was saying like Brazil is a big one because like Fortnite's not a very demanding game, but in Brazil it's a lot more difficult to get like a console or anything at a reasonable price. But their internet
Oh
is
yeah.
subsidized by the government, so they can get pretty cheap, reliable internet in Brazil, and this is available in Brazil. So
Gotcha. Okay, so I read it wrong then. It's not that it's free on iOS, iPad. It's that it's free for Microsoft Windows, Xbox Cloud streaming on those devices.
right.
Okay.
So what I imagine
Okay.
they're gonna do is that what I imagine is that they will extend the free thing to any free to play game. So if at any point they have like Rocket League on there or like Warframe or something, you'd be able to stream it for free through the cloud gaming platform for free. Is what I hope they do, what I imagine they would do. But for now, it's just Fortnite, and which is a good start. It's a good start.
It's a good start. Fortnite's like big enough. A lot of people talk shit about Fortnite, but it's not my cup of tea. But I, I I'm not gonna shit on someone else's like hobby. You know,
Yeah,
if you like Fortnite, more power to you. And it's cool to see this because like it's a good experiment. Fortnite's a big enough name that like they can get enough data with it. Enough people take advantage of it. We could see that technology come to other free to play games. It'd be cool to see. You know, it'd be cool to see like is Halo available on cloud? That'd be cool to see. Halo Infinite on cloud.
it is on cloud, but I don't know
It
if they've.
is
I don't know if it's. I don't know if they
like on
have.
mobile.
It's on there. I do believe
Is
it's
it?
on there. Well, all the games are on there.
Not all of them though, right? There's some games that aren't on the cloud.
No, they're all on there.
Are
They're
they?
all on
Okay.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're all on there. Yeah, but I just don't
Oh, but
know.
this is free though. This doesn't need
Free.
like
Yeah, that's what I'm
a
saying.
Game
It's
Pass subscription. Doesn't need
yeah,
like yeah.
yeah.
So
That's the
that'd be
thing.
cool to see like Halo Infinite. Like, oh, here's Halo Infinite on cloud for free. If you got a phone, you can play Halo Infinite right now on cloud. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I think they're doing Fortnite because it just shits in the face of Apple, who are just
Yeah.
who's been very fuck you with both Fortnite and game streaming apps. So for them to be able to do this on I devices is huge because it's just a fuck you
Yeah.
to Apple. Um, then like everything else is just a bonus.
Yeah. Speaking of mobile games, we got Apex Legends Mobile launching later this month.
This is huge.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be coming to mobile at all.
I saw it listed in the Play Store when I was like browsing the other day. Um, but it's also huge because for one, it is in the Play Store, whereas Fortnite is not. Not that not that they're not allowed to be listed, but they just don't want to share their revenue with anyone. So they're not in the Play Store. They're not on iOS at all.
Yeah.
Um, in regards to Fortnite, so Apex Legends, if Apex Legends could like swoop in there and be directly on the fucking platform, like that's huge for just
Yeah.
um, being able to just get the fucking game and play it, you know. Uh, so I think this is gonna be big for
Yeah.
Apex, which is already big, but this is gonna be even fucking bigger. Like this is huge for them. So I'm curious to see how this plays.
Yeah, same. I've yet to play Apex. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I feel like I would like it, but I just haven't had a chance to like sit down and try it yet. Maybe now's a good chance to try it. On PC, of course. I'm not gonna
Oh,
fucking
of
fuck with that
course,
on mobile.
of course.
Again, if you're playing on mobile, like no shame, no shade. It's just not my preferred way of playing.
Yeah,
You know, I have this PC, dude. I'm gonna fucking play on that. Um, and in other news, I actually heard about this one before we talked about it on the show. But there's a new wrestling game, an AEW wrestling game, which I don't remember what that stands for. But Ukes is working on a new AEW game. So it'd be cool to see that we're gonna have like, you know, WWE and AEW games releasing like together on the same market. I just want to see what they do, you know?
yeah.
I like
Well,
seeing competition. I'm not a big wrestling fan, but that
especially
competition would be cool to see.
coming from Ukes,
Yeah. Who did
it's
I think they did the first like UFC game back in the day before EA bought it.
yeah,
So fun fact, like when UFC was shopping around to get a game out there, they originally went to EA Sports and EA Sports rejected them because they didn't think UFC was like a real sport. So they went over to Ukes, and Ukes ended up doing it. That went like gangbusters. And then like the next year when they released UFC 2, EA released EA MMA. And then the year after they worked out a deal with like UFC to start publishing their games. And Ukes, in my opinion, has always had like the better game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've
I
so
think
the
the problem with like the modern wrestling games is that they're too focused on looking as like realistic as possible, and that doesn't make for a fun game. Like I
I
guess
agree.
like the presentation is like high, but the fun factor is low.
Yeah,
So
which is interesting because like I'm not a big wrestling fan, so the the aesthetic and the realism does nothing for me.
yeah,
It does zero for me, exactly zero. I'm not like I don't watch wrestle. I don't play the wrestling game. I'm like, oh, that's so and so's theme song, or there he did his move just like he does on TV. Like, no, I don't know any of that shit. I just want to know how good it feels to play.
yeah,
So it'd be cool to see like what Ukes does with this. And for them to be announcing this because there was just a new WWE game released
yeah.
where they just if you remember, they did a whole new engine because the last WWE game was so fucking poor.
But they've like so
It
from
took
what
a
I
year off. It got a new engine, and I heard this new game is supposed to be okay.
well from what I understand about the new game is they've removed a lot of control from the player to kind
Oh
of
yeah.
overcorrect for any, because in the old games you had a lot more freedom in terms of what you could do or how you could do it. So now, but that led to just a shitload of glitches, just animation fuck ups, and just things just fucking up. So in the new game, they've overcorrected by just simplifying everything. To now,
Ah.
like you hit one button and you'll get locked into an animation that's like 10 seconds long, and you're like you can just put the controller down and just watch things happen after hitting one button. Like they've overcorrected so that you have like
Mm,
less control. Uh,
okay.
it's I don't know. It's one way to do it just to make sure that shit doesn't fuck up, but it's less fun because you don't feel like you're actually doing the shit. Hopefully they can find a good middle ground between uh like those old N64 fucking games and the modern shit. Like I don't know what people want. I don't even know what I want. I used to be a wrestling fan. I used to love those N64 games, but I don't know if that's I don't know if you could just do that anymore and really
Yeah.
uh and I don't know if that would hit in the streets today.
I remember. I think I played Royal Rumble back in the day when I was a kid. And that game was my shit. I played it on the N64 and Dreamcast. That game was my shit, dude. And that was a very like arcadey game, and that's not gonna like be a thing anymore. Like you're right. Like you don't get those games anymore. That doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll see what they do with this. They're gonna lean more towards like the arcadey video game ass stuff of it, or are they gonna lean more towards like the realistic stuff of it? We'll see. I hope they do more arcadey gameplay. Honestly, I think that would be more fun. Because again, I'm
Um
not a big wrestling fan, so all the stuff, the authenticity, the characters, I'm not gonna know any of that shit. I just want a good ass game.
Twitter wants us to know that it is World Naked Gardening Day.
Wait, what?
Uh, First Saturday of May is World Naked Gardening Day. Tend to your gardens unclothed in the spirit of back to basics living. Also, boycott Tim Hortons for some
I
reason.
saw the boycott Tim Hortons first. And that's what the that's what I've been following. That's
Okay.
like less interesting. Apparently, like Tim Hortons, the Canadian coffee chain,
Yeah.
has a camp for immunocompromised children and sick children, and I guess they require you to be vaccinated to come see the camp and join it, which makes sense. And a
Yeah.
lot of anti-vax morons are like boycotting it because they're being discriminated against.
Okay.
So the hashtag boycott Tim Hortons just become people clowning on like anti-vaxxers.
Okay. Well, it's World Naked Gardening Day, so tend to those gardens in the buff.
In the buff, yeah.
Trailers. We got trailers.
Yes, we got trailers. We got trailers. First trailer, Path of Exile Sentinel. This is the new season you're talking about, right?
Yeah. It it looks good. I don't really follow the fucking. I've not gotten far enough to enjoy anything they ever release in these fucking updates. So,
Okay.
like I said, I've not finished the main campaign. What people do is they speed run the campaign so that they can get to the
The
good
season
shit.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but I've not even finished the campaign to even like speed run through it or anything. So I think that's what I'm going to focus on. All of this stuff looks great. From what I understand, people are very excited about this specifically because it's been, I guess the previous updates have not been great, but these ones are like, people are like, yeah, this is what we're here for. So that's
I
good
gotta
to
check this
know.
out. I
But
gotta
I'm
check this
just,
out. I really liked when I played a Path of Exile that one day. That one night we played it, so I
it's
wanted to
good.
get
It's
back into
great.
it.
I
Yeah,
love being able to really hone in on my character's like thing. Like I like being I pull up the like a build planner and I plan my build out and then really executing on it is very satisfying to see and then being like, oh, you know what, I'm taking too much, I'm doing a lot of damage, but I'm not my defense is just too low. So being able to, it gives you tons of like room to respec and really correct
yeah,
any mistakes you make and it's really good at that. So I build a lightning witch. I'm a lightning. I like focusing on lightning and doing
you love
lightning
your lightning.
damage.
You love your
Yeah,
chain lightning.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you love your lightning.
It's really cool. So, but I like that I'm able to just do that. Like really focus on like a specific element too.
Yeah,
Uh, like just focus on a specific type of damage because a lot of games you can make the mage character, but
yeah,
you're like a general elementalist. So you do fire and lightning and water or whatever the fuck. You do everything, but I like to focus on like, no, I want to be a lightning motherfucker, or I just want to be a fire guy. Or
yeah.
a lot of games don't allow you to really focus on one thing if you wanted to, and Path of Exile will let you do that. So yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, I gotta check it out again. I liked what I was playing when we played that together, so I gotta get back into it.
Yeah,
I would love to get back into it. Like I'm still playing Grim Dawn. Like I haven't beaten that like completely yet. I finished the game, but I haven't touched any of the DLC stuff, so I gotta like go do that too.
yeah,
I just like ARPGs. ARPGs like the genre I love, but I never finish.
yeah.
I never finish them. I never take them as far as they can go. The farthest I've gotten in an ARPG is like Diablo.
Diablo, yeah, same. Diablo 3 is like the only one I've ever finished the at least the campaign or gotten to the end game.
Yeah,
But it's because like the controller support on consoles is so good that it was just more
yeah.
fun to play. I don't like hunching over a fucking keyboard. Like I like kind of just leaning back when I play those games and relaxing. You turn your brain
I
off.
can lean
Listen,
back and relax with it. Like
I
I look
can't.
like I look like that guy from that World of Warcraft episode of South Park. Like I look like
Yeah,
that. I play
yeah.
Diablo.
I can't do it. I can't.
I can. I have zero problem doing that. But yeah, this looks cool. I'll have to give that a shot. We also got another trailer for Loot River, which we've been excited for a while.
Yeah.
This game looks incredible, and that's on Game Pass now, like we talked about. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's on Game Pass now, so
I was gonna
might be
install
worth
it and
checking
play it.
out.
I need to
Yeah,
finish. I want to finish Tunic before I get into anything else.
yeah. I'm like obsessed with like Force Unleashed right now. Like I'm really obsessed with like finishing up like this Switch port and then playing the original, seeing how they compare to each other. So I'm gonna be working on that. Like Loot River just got dropped on Game Pass, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I could wait on it. I'll
Yeah.
have like more information next time I do decide to play it. But this looks incredible though. I really do like what I saw in Loot River. It's like a puzzle, Souls-like dungeon crawler.
They call it Loot River, which I don't even think about. Like, is it a loot game? Is there
Yeah,
loot in this game? Is what I'm
yeah. The
curious.
trailers never show off loot. It's showing
Yeah,
off like
a lot of
the cool,
rivers.
like the river and like area shifting mechanic, which looks cool. Like, yeah, this game's just cool looking.
Yeah,
Dying Light is getting another update for Hellraid.
yeah.
God, this game is insane. The longevity that Dying Light had. For those of you guys who don't know, Dying Light got its Hellraid expansion. What, like a year ago, 2 years ago?
I don't even know. Yeah, it was a bit ago.
And it's getting more updates to rework the dungeon crawling aspect. It's got a shotgun now.
This is the final update, so they're
Final
done.
update for
Yeah,
Hellraid, yeah. Well, the exact description is final Hellraid update, and Hellraid is supposed to be their last expansion.
yeah.
Which this
I
game
think.
came out like what, 2012, 2011? So
Yeah, actually, to go along with this, they've upgraded everyone who owns like the base version of the game. They've upgraded them to the enhanced edition, which includes like the season pass and whatever that came with, like the first
I didn't
DLC.
fucking get upgraded.
You probably well, I think they just gave everyone like the DLC, the I forget what the Forgotten DLC or whatever the hell it's called. The first DLC, and then like so whatever like pack it came with. I think they've upgraded everyone to that. So to go along with this, and then like and along with that, everything's discounted. So I think it's like 75% off or some shit for like
Yeah.
everything else.
The Hellraid expansion, yeah, I'm seeing their like updates here, and yeah, it looks like it is getting upgraded to the enhanced edition. And the Hellraid expansion is still like a separate buy, but it's only like $5. So,
Yeah,
not a bad buy there at all. And I gotta check this out. I did like Dying Light, but I haven't
yeah,
even touched like the expansion content yet.
yeah.
I own all of it on PS4. I just never got to it, so I gotta give it a shot. How that Hellraid expansion looks like a lot of fun, like a looter, like dungeon crawler. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
give me that. Um, in other trailers, you got Thymesia. How do you pronounce this?
The Amnesia.
Thymesia, Thymesia.
Just
It's
guessing.
a Souls-like, yeah. It's a Souls-like, but it
It's a
looks a lot more
Souls like.
aggressive.
Yeah, it looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like what if Devil May Cry was a Souls like?
Yeah,
Because it
like if
looks.
Platinum made a Souls-like.
Yeah, because it looks more character action gamey, but
Yeah, it's got
also
shuttle combos and like dash cancels that look really cool. Like,
yeah,
but it's got that like committed combat where like when you hit an attack, like you're committed to that animation.
yeah.
But it looks like you can cancel out of it pretty easily too, so it's not
Dodge
that
cancel.
committed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks pretty fucking dope.
but that was look dope. That's dropping August 9th.
Bit away,
So this would
but
be cool to see. Yeah, a bit away, but this looks cool to see. I'm wish listing this. This is interesting. I guess this is really neat. I like what I'm seeing here. We also got Super Mario 64. It's it's got a render 96 ray tracing showcase,
Yeah,
which looks incredible. Like
this shit looks crazy. Um,
it's amazing what like widescreen and like ray tracing can do to like completely revamp a game. Like this is crazy, dude.
yeah,
And it's the
it's
same game. It's the same game. Like it's just they added widescreen and with ray tracing, and it looks like totally different. Like
yeah. I think this is part of like the decompilation they've done to like get it running on PC and shit. And yeah, along with that, they've just added a bunch of different like rendering shit to it to just make it look. I mean, it looks super fucking good. But I think it's also like they've like redone the textures too. I don't think these are like I don't think these are just like upres textures. I think they've redone the textures. Someone's gone in
well,
and
regardless, it looks incredible. Like
yeah. But the UI still looks the
yeah, the UI looks the same. Like the
yeah.
HUD looks the same. I always pronounce it HUD. Do you say HUD or do you say heads up display? Like a normal person.
No one says heads up display.
Yeah, cool.
No one says that.
Well,
Well, I feel like it's weirder to say that.
I thought everybody's pets had like 6 names. Apparently that's not normal.
It's not.
So
It's not.
I thought
No,
me saying HUD was weird.
no, HUD is normal. Heads up display is weird.
But no, this looks cool. I never played Mario 64, so this would be I can't wait till this like project is done so I can like really try it out.
Yeah. No, Mario 64 is like it holds up, man. Like I mean, it controls the controls are it's like a slippery game. Like you play and it's like this dude's sliding all over the place. But I think that's part of the like it's just part of the charm.
Arm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
I
part of the
liked Sunshine when I was a kid. That was fun. And I love fucking love Odyssey.
yeah.
And everyone tells me like a lot of the controls from Odyssey like started in 64.
Yeah.
Controls and techniques. So that'd be cool to try.
Yeah,
I definitely need to give it a shot.
I think this game
I can't
still
wait till this
holds up.
project's done. Yeah. I can't wait till this project's done so I can like really, really give it a shot, you
Well, I
know?
think it is done.
Is it?
I think so. I don't think they're doing. I mean, it's. I think what they're showing here is just like optional like add-ons, but
Oh,
like you can just download the PC compilation, the PC build that's floating out there. Yeah, I think you can just download that now, and it has like Xbox controller support.
oh, that'd be cool. I'm gonna try it out then. I never played it,
Yeah,
so it'll be cool to see.
the Ocarina of Time one is also. I think that just released too. So people were like,
Oh, like the 60 FPS project? Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah, yeah,
Which I haven't played Ocarina of Time like a lot, you know. I've beaten it more than once,
yeah.
but seeing it run at like 30 to 60 FPS steady is like
Crazy.
weird.
It's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
weird. It's weird. Even like the 3DS port like ran at like 30, like an unsteady. I think it was like an unsteady 30. I have to double check. And that felt weird. But seeing like the original N64 textures at anything over like sub 20, it feels it's uncanny to me, dude.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I almost don't like it.
I like it. It's just you can tell that the game wasn't built to run like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's like more work they have to do to like retime everything to like there was a video that I was watching where some like the audio like the audio that the enemies were making were like was sped up because it was like running faster. You could tell it wasn't made to run like that. So maybe I don't know if that's something they can fix or and some like the animations, some like the 2D animations were just running like super fast.
Yeah. So we'll see if that gets fixed. God, there's so many cool things that fans are doing that just like
Yeah.
Nintendo, why don't you do this, man? Like, come on. Like, you want money? Do you want money? Like, what the fuck, Nintendo?
Yeah. It's crazy when motherfuckers realize like Square Enix for the longest time sat on that fucking Final Fantasy 7 and they finally did it and it's incredible
Yeah.
and like again it's just yeah, if you finally fucking do it, people will buy it and people will enjoy it if you put the work and time in. It will be worth it.
Even the FF7 remake got some shit because they had to like cut it up into parts, and it still sold like crazy. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
despite people like being upset that like they're not getting the full game, people still bought it like crazy because it's how bad they wanted it. And, like, the fact that Nintendo can't do that, and it's not like it's not possible. Like, they have the 3DS port of Ocarina of Time already. Just like work off of that, upscale that, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna get like some shitty subpar emulation job that I gotta pay extra money for that I can't just buy outright. I gotta pay another fucking subscription for it. Go fuck yourself, Nintendo. My
It's
God.
Nintendo. It's not just them though. It's also like speaking of the 3DS, like there's a couple like games on there that got like remade. Metal Gear Solid 3 has a 3DS remake
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
that's like not on anything else. It's like the only way to play like a up-resed, upscaled version of that game on a tiny
that's
fucking
not true.
3DS.
That's not true. Like they did the HD
They
remaster,
did, but
right?
it's not but yeah, no, because it's not a remaster. Okay, so that is like upscale. That's just an HD upscale, but the 3DS version was a remake. Like they
What?
retextured
With
and
like
like
new textures? Did they
yeah, yeah,
really?
yeah.
Hold on, really?
Yes, I'm almost certain of that. I'm almost certain. I mean, I could be wrong,
I'm
but I'm
looking up a side by side like right now.
I'm pretty fucking sure. Like
I'm
it
looking
was
up a side by side. It's comparing like the PS2, the 3DS, the 360, the Vita, and the PS3 version.
yeah.
Hold on.
Analyzing, analyzing.
Okay. Okay, I see it now. Yeah. There's some textures that are like a little bit sharper on the 3DS version, but there is like less foliage, it looks like, in the 3DS version versus the PS2 version.
Yeah.
Like, are you watching the same video I am? No.
No.
I'm gonna send you a link. I want you to look at like 46 seconds into it, because that's when like you see the 3DS version, it compares it back to like the PS2 version, and you can see the textures are a little bit different, but there's less foliage in the background. Okay, 40 seconds in. You want to look at it,
I mean, if we're gonna
and you'll
nitpick on some foliage, I
no,
mean,
but
come
look
on.
at though, like look at though, look at though how much less foliage there is. Like there's less stuff to hide in, is what I mean. Because a big part of MGS3 was like, you're out in the middle of the jungle. You got to hide under like leaves and the grass. There's less tall grass to hide in now.
Yeah. Well, my main point was that the 3DS version is different.
Yeah.
It's not just a port. They like did stuff to it.
Oh yeah. They changed like some other gameplay stuff. You could like take a picture now and port it in and make it like camouflage. Like, yeah, I remember there's some features on it that you're not going to see on any other ports, which is like crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, here's this
And
version of this game, and I fucking love Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, my first time playing it was like the HD port on PS3.
yeah, I'm trying to because it's like almost impossible to play these MGS games now because the way they control they use a lot of people don't know this. The PlayStation consoles had pressure sensitive buttons
I remember.
uh up until like PS3 and then they removed it on PS4 and shit. But these games utilized the pressure sensitivity of those controllers to like you would soft press the square button to aim your weapon, and then you would hard press it to shoot.
Yeah.
Um, but if you try to play it on like a PS4, just hitting the button, you're just gonna shoot every time, and that's bad because you just want to aim, you don't want to shoot
You
shit.
want to aim, hold the dude up. You don't want to like shoot him yet. I
Yeah, yeah,
remember that. Yeah, like that's like I said, they got to like change the game to completely now.
yeah. I mean,
I
there
think
is a 360 port, so I'm wondering
I
if
think that did more like traditional controls, where it actually had like an aim button and a shoot button to change things around.
yeah. I did play this on Vita, so I know that they did. I got the platinum on Vita too, and then used transferring, and then got the platinum on PS3.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Damn, you're dedicated.
Well, no, all you did is transfer it over, and then you just load the save, and you get all the
Well, I mean, like to
trophies.
get the platinum in the first place. Like,
Oh, it's a very easy platinum. Or I don't bother
is
unless
it?
it's yeah, it's a very easy platinum.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
God, I love this game.
great game. Top five. Top five.
Yeah, very good game. Very, very good game. I played it when MGS 5 was coming out. Um, PlayStation had like a whole like legacy collection on sale. So I was like, fuck it, I'll pick it up. I still haven't played the first MGS though, because that's like you can't get that anywhere now. Like
Yeah.
that's what I would like to see. Like that's a game I need to get, like that needs to get like ported. The first MGS. Give me Twin Snakes. That's like the only thing that's available, but I haven't experienced the story for the first Metal Gear Solid yet. So, and that's the first time I played Metal Gear Solid 3 was in that Legacy collection, which doesn't have one for some fucking reason, but whatever.
Yeah. I think you get like the down if you get it on PS3, you get the downloadable version, PS1 version downloadable.
It did not for me. It did not for me.
Oof.
I got like 2, 3, and Peace Walker HD.
Yeah, but it's supposed to come with like a download of the like it's not on the disc. You get like a code to download the
I
PS1
got,
version.
I bought it digital, this like collection.
Oh yeah, I feel like it should still come with, but maybe
If
not.
it did, it's not in my library because I never got it.
Huh.
It caught me off guard because I was like, well, I don't know what happened to Metal Gear Solid 1, so I had to like go through a wiki to figure out what happened. I never finished Peace Walker, even though Peace Walker's good. I just
A
never
lot of people
finished it.
haven't. That game is made to be played like a Monster Hunter. So
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not like to go from 3 to Peace Walker, like it's a step down. Step down, that's all I'll say.
Peace Walker is a very good. It's a lot
It
of people
is.
they underestimate Peace Walker. I feel like
It is. It is a very good game. But again, if you're going like what I did, I went from 2 to 3 to Peace Walker.
yeah, yeah,
My palate wasn't ready for that. This is what I'm trying to say. My palate was not ready for Peace Walker.
yeah.
I ended up not finishing it, looked at the wiki to get the story, and skipped straight to 4. Which, fun fact, 4 was my first Metal Gear Solid game.
Oof.
Now, I know the story because my dad would play it, the other games, but he skipped 3 completely. I never finished 2. So technically 2 is my first Metal Gear Solid, but I never finished it. 4 is the first Metal Gear Solid game I actually finished. So you can understand, I had no fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah.
No fucking
Well,
clue.
most
Well,
people
the
who
game
played most people who played all the games didn't know what the fuck was going on. So
yeah.
um,
Still a solid game though. I gotta like go back and play it again. I liked Metal Gear Solid 3. I gotta replay 3. I gotta replay 4. I'm just gonna redo all the Metal Gear Solid games.
yeah,
Those are fun.
they're great games.
Yeah. That was the Metal Gear Solid hour, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a bad like little segue to have though. Not a bad little tangent to go through. We got some game releases, everybody. Mutant Chronicles Rising is dropping May 10th for PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. Salt and Sacrifice is dropping for PC, PS4, and PS5. I forgot this was happening. I'm excited again.
Epic Store exclusive on PC.
Never mind. I'm not excited anymore. I will wait for PS4. I'll get it on PS4 or wait for Steam. We also got We Were Here Forever dropping on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X. The next series in the next game in the We Were Here series, which we played the first one of,
Yeah.
had
It
some
was
had some issues. Had some issues. Like the
kind of
idea,
yeah.
execution could have been better.
I didn't like the puzzles. The puzzles were not great. Uh,
There were some that were cool.
some of them were cool, but other ones were like, "This is fucking annoying."
Yeah. The chess one was the most annoying, but that's only because like you didn't fucking know anything about chess.
But it was also
That
like timed though. That was the other thing.
it was timed. I couldn't like read you the steps. I had to like watch the video and then watch it again to get to the next step. It was like really annoying. Um, but for the most part, like there's some cool stuff in there. So I'm hoping like I don't mind giving it another shot, but with like another game in the series, like maybe a later game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind giving another shot. So it might be something that's worth looking into. Um, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. That's coming out May 10th. How is there any word yet how much it's gonna cost?
Um, check out the Steam page. No, not
I'm gonna add
say.
to my wish list. I'm gonna add to my wish list. If it's not like too expensive when it drops, I'm down to like buy it and play it on stream,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have better luck with like, a more polished later game in the series. We can do some research, see what the consensus is, what the best game, and just start with that.
I remember hearing the first game was the good one.
Really?
I think that's why.
Oh,
I think that's why we started with that one.
well, it was also like a free like demo
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm also curious if maybe the free demos hasn't gotten updated. So that's why like the puzzles are kind of lackluster. I mean, the issues weren't like in the performance. The issues are more so in like the puzzles. There are some performance issues that like piss me off. Like things didn't happen as they were scripted to. I had some scripting issues with it, so maybe like we can actually buy the game and see if that's different. I doubt it, but whatever. I'm thinking out loud. Um, I just like the idea of We Were Here, so that's why I want to keep like trying it. I like the
Yeah,
idea.
I like co-op puzzles where each player has to help the
Like
other
a role,
player solve
yeah,
their puzzle. Yeah.
yeah. Have to wait and see what happens with that. If it comes out, it's well reviewed. We should check it out for sure and stream it. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
Yeah.
May 11th, we have Brigadine, the Legend of Runergia. Runergia. This is a what you call it, a 4X game.
No, it's a Fire Emblem
Is it?
classic. This game is classic. It's like it's it's a PS1. It's a sequel to a PS1
Oh, is it?
RPG. Yeah. I had a friend who was very much into the PS1 game and would tell me to play it. I'd be like, yeah, definitely.
Is that
uh,
good?
yeah. Uh, yeah, it's a strategy RPG, tactic RPG. So
Okay.
not my wheelhouse. So
Yeah, same. Yeah, same.
uh,
I mean, more power to you guys, to anyone who does like it, but it's not my cup of tea.
yeah.
May 12th, we got the Centennial Case, a Shijima story. I've heard of this. This is that new like FMV game, right?
This is a Square Enix game. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one I was saying. Or it was like what this is like Square Enix proper too. Like they developed this, not only just publishing it, but this is a Square Enix developed RTS, not RTS, FMV, QTE game.
Yeah. So think of like Heavy Rain with like FMVs.
Yeah, or The Quiet Man.
Yeah. But good.
It, yeah, well, we don't know if it's good.
Gotta be better than Quiet Man.
Definitely, it can't be as bad. You would think, but it looks better at least.
Yeah. Quiet Man was like, well, Quiet Man also was like a beat 'em up. It didn't have to be didn't have to be there. Like,
Yeah, true, true.
there's some like weird stuff in Quiet Man that like was like, what the fuck were they thinking? Um,
But this looks interesting. I'm curious about this.
yeah, same. I'm curious about this where I wasn't curious of the Quiet Man. I knew that Quiet Man was gonna be a piece of shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like from the minute I saw Quiet Man, I was like, that game was gonna be dog shit. I was right. Um, this looks cool though. Again, I'm gonna wait for the reviews to come in though before I buy anything or check it
yeah.
out.
This is a
I
fifty
want to
dollar
get burned.
game.
Yeah, where Quiet Man was like what, $20?
That was a $60 game.
It was not. You're
It was
lying.
$60.
You're
Yes,
lying.
I bought that game twice. So
Are you serious?
I
That
think I
game
bought
was
it.
only like 3 hours though, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
No way,
I'm
dude.
telling
Are
you,
you
that was a.
serious?
I'm almost certain that was a $60 game.
Well, I
So at
gotta find like
least
a price tracker for it. But
at least they're pricing this one. I mean, this looks better than The Quiet Man, but also it's cheaper than that game was too. So I'm almost certain that was a $60 game.
I don't care enough to like really look into it, honestly. I like Googled it, didn't find a confirm like affirmative answer in the first like 10 seconds. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're already investing more time in that game than it deserves, honestly. I'll believe you if it was $60 game. That's awful. I feel bad for you. I'm sorry for your loss.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't even worth it. Not even for the memes.
Oh, that's so shitty. I'm so sorry.
Uh,
I am so sorry. Jesus. Moving on. May 13th, we got Evil Dead, the game coming out on PC. Wait, Switch, really? PS4, PS5,
yeah.
Xbox One, and Series X.
Also, an Epic Store exclusive. I think this is a Dead by Daylight. I think I could have sworn this game existed already, but maybe I'm tripping. Love to see some gameplay. They got any gameplay footage out here?
Yeah, it's like a PvP Dead by Daylight esque. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
And it looks pretty dope from what I was seeing in the gameplay there, but I don't know, man.
yeah. It looks okay.
It
I'm
looks
not really
okay.
not an Evil Dead fan. I've never seen any of the
I
movies.
fucking love Evil Dead.
Okay.
I fucks with Evil Dead hard, dude. You don't understand. I love Evil Dead. So this is exciting for me, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna taper expectations here a little bit. 'Cause it's gonna be awesome or it could be dog shit.
Do you
So
like Dead by Daylight?
never played Dead by Daylight.
No.
So
Do you like Evolve?
never played Evolve.
Wow. Have you played
Yeah.
any of the games that are like this?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Never played Dead by Daylight, never played Evolve, never played Friday the 13th, never played
Wow.
what's the other one? There's like one other one I'm thinking of. Never played Predator.
Um, they're okay. I feel like they're not. I don't know how those games got so popular, but apparently, I don't know. Dead by Daylight is like the breakout one.
That's like the one everyone's like really into.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really get it, but they're like
I don't get it either.
they're okay, but it's one of those games that's like huge, and you're like, how did this happen? Like, what's the
Yeah. What's the appeal here?
yeah, yeah, Evil Dead. That's
Yeah, it's Evil Dead. I want to check this out, but I'll wait till the reviews come in before I like. If it's like really, really good, I might pick it up just because I love Evil Dead, but we'll see. But yeah, it's gonna do it for the show, man. Like, thank you everybody who came in to listen to us, hearing us
yeah,
talk about Metal Gear Solid for like 30 minutes.
yeah,
That's an exaggeration, but I love Metal Gear Solid, so anytime I can talk about it, I'm fine.
yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like
it's Sabi, man. Yeah.
we don't talk about Metal Gear as much as we should, considering it's like my one of my favorite franchise, my second favorite franchise after Zelda is Metal Gear.
I feel like we get on these tangents and we're bitching about something. There's not a lot to bitch about with Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Metal Gear Solid does some stupid shit, but it's like forgivable. It's not
Good
like
stupid.
rant worthy. Yeah. It's not like rant worthy. So, and the stuff that's bad just isn't even worth our time. Metal Gear Survive, like, I'm not going to talk about Metal Gear Survive, even a rant about it. Nothing to talk
Yeah,
about with that game.
I played more of that game than I would have liked.
Yeah,
Yeah, never finished it, but I played a
I'm
decent
not
amount of it.
surprised.
But that's gonna do it here uh, at Gameoverse.
Yep.
You can go to Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, or Gameoverse.com/YouTube, or Gameoverse.com/Discord, and chat with us, play some games with us, tell us what's on your mind. You got any reoccurring thoughts you want to talk about?
Make sure to drop your pet's name in the chat.
Pet
As
names?
well as like what else you call your pet outside of
call
its
your
like
pet?
given name.
What do you call your wife when she's not around? uh, yeah, we'd love to know. We'd love to know.
Love to know. Help me settle a bet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it here. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you everybody.